And can I just remind you before this begins, you just did this to yourselves. Midgard long ago, all your drizzle spread. Then the world tree grew in Brooklyn instead. Immersed as we traverse the universe. From the vast multiverse comes this dope verse. Do you want more? Do you want more? It's a rap. It begins with a rap, guys. When he thought about what it means if Miles Morales was Thor, he wrote a really bad rap. I'm going to take it like you want some more. So first they did, what if Miles Morales became Captain America? I can't be asked reading it. It looks terrible. Then they did, what if he was Wolverine? And I mean, just glancing at some of these images, again, remembering this has also been drawn by a white guy. Pencils, ink, and story, all by white people. But you know, this didn't have the internet exploding yet. Hulk didn't have the internet exploding yet. But this is the variant cover for the latest Miles Morales. And to be honest, this variant cover sums up every issue, every problem that I'm about to show. The fade, the fact that Thor, the Asgardian hero, is now wearing high-top sneakers. And they put graffiti on the sacred hammer Mjolnir. Because if Thor was a black guy, he'd put graffiti on Mjolnir. Because if Thor was a black guy, he wouldn't wear his boots, he'd wear high tops. And if Thor was a black guy, he'd have a hoodie instead of a cape. I love the design of the Air Jordans in a sense, because the Air Jordans have been designed to have... Oh, you can't even... Oh no, this artwork's terrible. Oh, this artwork's even lazier. Oh no, the character design artwork's even lazier. Okay, right, so there's an image in the comic that I saw already later in the comic. There's an image where you see his fake Air Jordans are meant to have the Thor's hammer as the Nike swoosh. They have Thor's hammer doing the swoosh. I was like, that's kind of cool. But this is the variant cover. It's fucking disgusting. It's awful. It's lazy. What the fuck? That's variant cover art where you've done your design for the what the fuck? So that's, as an artist, right? As an artist, I am offended by how piss poor this artwork is. It is shocking. The colouring, the inking, the original pencils, right? One of the issues that I just really want to focus on as an artist before we move on. Look at that fucking thumb. I need to zoom in even more for you. Look at this fucking thumb. What the fuck is going on with this thumb? Thumbs don't do that. Thumbs don't do that. Brody, I'm gonna get to the fucking sleeveless fucking hoodie. Don't you worry. But thumbs don't do that. The thumb doesn't. Thumbs don't do this either. Thumbs don't do that. Variant cover art is meant to be some of the best artwork out there. Thumbs don't do that. Something about the oversight, the editing, that would allow, you just wouldn't be, this artwork wouldn't have been accepted. This artwork wouldn't have been accepted. But Miles Morales, the name makes money, so they're just pumping out tasteless comic after tasteless comic. Classic Thor look that we're gonna see here when my internet decides to stop being a dick. There we go. Beautiful. Now this has nothing to do with ethnicity, skin color, or race. This is everything to do with why the fuck, right? This is Thor. Right? If you made Thor black, what would you do? Personally, I'd make him black and maybe give him dreadlocks, you know? But that's probably, I wouldn't change the outfit that much myself. But I'm a white guy. The dreadlocks thing, that might be racist. I don't know. I'm just saying that because I know Vikings had dreadlocks. So I'm guessing if you're a black and a Viking, you'd also probably have a good chance of having dreadlocks, right? So if I were to make Thor black, I'd make him black. That's what I'd change, yeah? I wouldn't put him in a sleeveless hoodie. Fucking sleeveless hoodie and high tops. Do you think, you can't see his boots right now, but he's wearing knee-high boots. Do you think this Thor would wear high tops? Do you think Thor would wear high tops? Also, actually, let's keep in mind that there's not been a black Thor, but Idris Elba played the fucking one of the most powerful Asgardian gods, the Guardian of the Rainbow Bridge. Rainbow Bridge is the device that Asgardians use to travel across the cosmos, okay? It's called the Rainbow Bridge because it looks like a rainbow beam of light. It's always been an alien device. It's always been basically a fucking teleportation device, effectively, that can beam people across the universe as light, okay? That is the true definition of the Rainbow Bridge. This clip will show us the Rainbow Bridge and Asgard. Sick. Here we go. But also, Idris Elba has already played the Guardian of the Rainbow Bridge, an Asgardian god. This is, to be honest, this is exactly like, this is probably why I thought of dreadlocks. So that's him, you know, in a cape with dreadlocks and armor. And there he is in Asgard with sleeves and armor. I'm gonna keep nailing this in. He's got fucking forearm guards, he's got sleeves, he's got armor, he's got a cape, he's got a helmet. He looks like, you know, a god, right? Oh god, I'm literally sounding like one of those right-wing nutters. This is what a racist does when they think of Black Thor. They take Thor, they give him a fade, a sick fade. They give him a hoodie. They take away his sleeves. Sleeveless hoodie, and they give him some Jordans and spray paint on Mjolnir. Loki and bars on Mjolnir. It's not often I have genuine nerd rage, but it actually gives me like proper like, what the fuck, Marvel. Rainbow Bridge and Asgard, here we go. Whenever the internet allows it.
Last Great War ended, we withdrew from the other world.
I remember this is Marvel canon, and the Marvel film canon, while slightly separate to the Marvel comics canon, as a whole, a lot of this stuff is across all of it as a board, right? So Asgard is Asgard is Asgard is Asgard in all Marvel comics films, right?
And returned home to the realm.
Getting your bets for what they've done to the Rainbow Bridge to make it black. What would you do? You know, Miles Morales, kid from New York, black kid from New York. How do you make Rainbow Bridge represent that now? That's your first question. And then we'll have a look at Asgard. How do I make that black? How do I make that represent the black experience? You don't just, you don't just fucking, make the characters black. No. You've got to change the environment to represent black people, obviously. So what do you do? So this is loaded now. So whilst you think, also ponder the beauty of how white people perceive a white Asgard to look. A place where their science is so advanced it looks like magic. Floating skyscrapers and endless bountiful waterfalls and gardens and cities and technology and a castle the fucking 1 billion foot tall. Two points. That's a miss, but you've had so many points so far that it doesn't really matter. I've lost count of the points that you guys have been earning right now. It's that obvious, huh? That's why I say this comic that I'm about to show you isn't subtly racist. It's just racist. She fucking got it! The Rainbow Brooklyn Bridge, baby! Let's go! You had a sneak peek. There it was in the background. You didn't realize he was stood on said Rainbow Bridge. But there is Black Thor on the Rainbow Bridge, covered in graffiti. Now get to Pete's art teacher critique of the lazy art again, because again, this is the standard front cover. This is the front cover. This is what people see in the comic book shop when they walk in and they see a new issue, issue number 4. This is the sight that greets them. Who the fuck is this? What the fuck is going on with his face? You have the most time and should be putting in the most effort into your front cover art. What the fuck is going on with his face? Why has he got vampire ears? Why has he got the 1990s Will Smith fade? The graffiti on the hammer, the sleeveless hoodie. The art is just so bad as well. I hate the colour work. The colour work is lazy. The inking is lazy. He's been too lazy. Right, you know why I hate this pose? Okay, let me explain why this is a really bad front cover art pose, okay? On the front cover, you should be demonstrating your skill as an artist, right? He's got both his feet drawn pointing directly towards the viewer in the easiest possible way to draw. He has the character drawn. This is the easiest body you could possibly draw. He's drawn the entire body and then he's gone, shit, arms and hands are really hard. I don't like drawing hands. Drawing hands is really hard. So foreshorten, but not foreshorten. You see how it's foreshortened enough that it should be pointing forwards, but also his arms are still pointing directly down towards his dick. His arms are pointing forwards to us, so they should be foreshortened. But he's too lazy to draw foreshortening on the arms. So he's just got the arms pointing down with the hammer and the hands being foreshortened. Ergo, he doesn't know how anatomy works and he's a bad artist. He wouldn't have gotten through my university life drawing classes. Secondly, the face. I don't know what the fuck is going on with this face. Thirdly, he's too shit to draw the chest. He doesn't know how to draw anatomy. He doesn't know how to draw pecs. So, to avoid drawing the pecs in this position where naturally a man's... Basically, when a man does that stance, Peggy, even if he's really muscular, it's going to make his pecs look a bit like boobs. So the easiest way to avoid that is just effectively not draw them and just cover it all with shading here. But the inker is really bad at shading with this is called beta, where you completely black out an area with black ink. That's called doing the beta. He's really bad at doing the beta because for this dramatic lightning of electricity shooting from your hammer, you'd expect harsher lighting. The lighting's harsh enough to cause this glow on him. A glow around his outside, his edges, despite the light source coming from in front of him. The light source is coming from in front of him, but it's the sides of his face that are glowing and his sides of his arms that are glowing. And his chest, despite having a light source in front of it, is completely black. He's also given his protagonist what my brother would call dick legs and what I now know as femoral anteversion. It's very bad for you. Don't stand like that. So, art teacher Pete's critique over. Now let's actually get on to analysing the content of this comic. I'm going to narrate this for you guys. We're turning this into a transformative experience. We're not stealing anything because there's a transformative experience, as I am going to be narrating the entire thing in my beautiful sultry tones. And it is a transformative experience because I am going to be critiquing it, ripping into it, parodying it to its utmost extent. Oh God, the artist in me can't help it. The first panel. I get trying to do this like cool... He's trying to do like this storytelling thing with these dramatic close-ups. Except it's just the dramatic close-up. The first dramatic close-up means I don't have to draw hands properly. Or a face. Second dramatic close-up. Okay, I'll draw my hands and feet properly. Third dramatic close-up. Okay, I don't really have to draw anything for this panel other than an ear. So here we have shredded young Miles Morales. But also, just because Miles Morales has become Thor, why is he now the most jacked man alive? Miles Morales becomes jacked when he is infected by Spider-Venom, sure. That is something that happens to everyone. But he's also, like, petite. It's kind of what makes him great as a character and makes the artwork around him so enjoyable, is he is this gymnastic. He has a gymnastic build, you know? He doesn't need big, bulky muscles because Spider-Man has the strength per pound of a spider. So if a spider weighed the same amount as a human being, think how strong that spider would be. That's how strong Miles Morales is, which works out, I think, to be 2,000 times stronger than the average human being. He can lift 200,000 tons, right? That's how strong Spider-Man can lift, canonically. He is, historically, one of Marvel's strongest, physically speaking, strongest heroes. It's how he's able to hold a boat together, stop a train. He is very strong. He doesn't need to be big and bulky. The same could be said for an Asgardian superhero like Thor. So I personally find it, considering Miles Morales' entire history of publication, he has been, as we see here, slight, petite, slender, gymnastic, right? And that's always been the case for every Spider-Man, and it's something beloved. It's what makes these dramatic, epic shots of Spider-Man look so cool and aesthetic. Spider-Man doesn't need to be a big, bulky superhero to still punch somebody as hard as the biggest superhero. That's what makes him cool. Now, why couldn't they have just done the exact same for fucking Black Thor? Black Thor doesn't need to be racist, cute Bumblebee. It doesn't need to be racist. It's just been done racist. Stick around and you will see why. What up, monkey? Do you know that in Avengers Infinity War, the reason they didn't make a Sherlock joke despite having RDJ and Cumberbatch share the screen is that the writers thought it would be a hit too close to Holmes. That's I'm not even gonna groan at that. That's how painful that one was, monkey. I'm not even groaning. Midgard long ago, oh ye gristle spread. Then the world tree grew in Brooklyn instead. Immerse as we traverse the universe. From the vast multiverse comes this dope verse. The stars shine upon the realm of the gods. Forge mighty battles with his squad. What does this one black kid get to be both Thor and Spider-Man anyway? We have more than one black kid. No, Trip. No. That's no, right. To explain, you missed that at the start. It's What If. So Marvel has always had a series called What If, where they take a superhero and they get a run as another superhero. So you take the character. You take the character of Miles Morales and you say, what if Miles Morales, instead of gaining the power of Spider-Man, gained the power of Thor? It's cool. They're always one-shots. They're literally just like 30-page one-shots. They're standalones. They're just enjoyable little insights into, when well written, they're enjoyable insights into how a character that's been fleshed out would respond in a different situation. You know, it answers those. It's fan service. It's just fan service. It's for all those. What if Miles Morales has become Thor instead? It's just to answer that really nerdy question. Sometimes they're done by incredible authors, and when they are, they're really good. A lot of the time, they're done by absolute shit hacks. Where's the lightning go after the wars are won? What victories lie for the son of sons? He's got style and he's got flair to boot. With his kicks, you know, he's in hot pursuit. Old enough to know that he don't know all. He wants to have a ball before the fall. Written by a white person, remember? All his dreams rain from the clouds above. He brings the thunder. Best believe it, bruv. And here we see Asgard. You see what it says there? It says Asgard. Asgard. You know how I just showed you guys Asgard? The most beautiful, technologically advanced, incredible, palatial, beautiful thing in the universe. With technology that we can't even imagine, the most incredible thing you could ever see or behold. Well, what if Asgard wasn't run by white people, but black people? Well, then you'd get power lines with shoes hanging from them, like you do in the drug-dealing avenues of Brooklyn in the 1990s, in 1994. What the fuck? People use TikTok and Snapchat now, mate. Nobody's hanging shoes over a line to say there's dealers here anymore. Nobody does that anymore. Yo, you see how look, it's the hood graffiti. We've got the bridge. We've got the Brooklyn Bridge. We've got the graffiti. We've got people selling food from the street. We got some guy riding his ram from his car shack. Fuck that. And there he is in his Air Jordans instead of boots and his sleeveless hoodie with the really weirdly, that I'm not gonna lie, the coloring and the inking. I'm not gonna get art teacher on this. I could get art teacher on every page of this comic. There are literally every page of this comic is just shit art. It's really bad art to go along with the offensiveness of it. Of all the 5 realms, Asgard is his hood. For miles you can see he's just that good. The Rainbow Bridge takes him to his quest. The Bifrost line goes north, south, east, and west. From Jormungandr to the Wrecking Crew, He stuck a Gullinbursty in the Asgard Zoo. But he is Loki when he wants to be name or marquee like his uncle Loki. Odin's son, he's the son of gods and kings. Got so many wins, check out all those rings. He's formerly known as a prince for sure. His subjects and friends, they just call him Thor. No, Clary, it's not a musical. I wasn't just reading some terrible rhyme. Didn't you realise that was a rap? What if Miles Morales was Thor, starts off with a rap? That's a rap I clearly just read there. That was some real hardcore gangster rap. Let me try and... Right, I was reading it like an English teacher. But I will try and rap this. Let me find a beat. Let me, the white guy, try to rap this rap written by a white guy. That sounds great. Let's do it. Rap. Let me type in what the white person writing this would have typed in. I know this because I'm a white guy. I have the secret intel, you see. Rap beat. I reckon this is what he searched for, and he was listening to this on repeat as he wrote that. Here we go. Oh, no. Actually, no. Gangstar rap. Gangstar rap beat. That's what I need. I need a gangstar rap beat. Hard Gangster Rap Beat 2017 Brutal. Let's go. And can I just remind you before this begins, you just did this to yourselves. Yo, check it. Check mic 1, 2, 3. Yes. Indeed. Just get a feel for it. Just get a feel for it. Don't choke. Better not choke. Midgard long ago, all your drizzle spread. Then the world tree grew in Brooklyn instead. Immersed as we traverse the universe. From the vast multiverse comes this dope verse. The stars shine upon the realm of the gods. Forge mighty battles with his his squad. Where's the lightning go after wars are won? What victories lie for the son of sons? He's got style and he's got flair to boot. With his kicks, you know he's in hot pursuit. Old enough to know that he don't know all. He wants to have a ball before the fall. In his dreams, rain from God above. He brings the thunder. Best believe it, bruv. Do you want more? Do you want more? It's a rap. It begins with a rap, guys. When he thought about what it means if Miles Morales was Thor, he wrote a really bad rap. I'm going to take it like you want some more. Of all the 5 realms, Asgard is his hood. For miles you can see that he's just that good. The Rainbow Bridge takes him to his quest. The Bifrost line goes north, south, east and west. Jormungandr to the wrecking crew. He stuck Gullinbursty in the Asgard Zoo. He is low-key what he wants to be. When a marquee, unlike his uncle Loki. Odin's son, he's the son of gods and kings. Got so many wins, check out all those rings. He's formerly known as a prince for sure. His subjects and friends, they just call him Thor. I feel like I've just done a hate crime. You know when people are trying to discuss how the N-word is a racist word, you don't say the N-word? I feel unclean. That was that cringe. That it wasn't just cringe. It feels is racist. That was racist. Oh my god, it feels like that was epic rap battles of history. Yeah, it's the same white guy. I'm right. It's because white people don't learn rap ever. They learn how to write poetry at school, so they're always writing poetry. Rap with a C on for sure. I'm sure there'll be people who don't think that's racist. Then it's just a longer conversation with them explaining to them why it is. Because there is not a universe in all of the realms, from Jormungandr to Asgard to Midgard. Within none of these realms is this not racist. Across the multiverse, this comic is racist. I think that might be the worst rhyme, poem, rap, whatever you want to call it, that I've ever read in my life. Just because of how shit it is, but ignoring the context, connotations, implications, the racism of it. Ignoring all that, it's also just the worst rap I've ever read. It's epic rap battles, but worse. It feels like somebody in like year 10 wrote that. What new adventures lie ahead for the man who delivered Vanaheim from the Marauders? Oh, I was just going to meet up with my friends. Today's the big day, right? Did my brother blunder for the god of thunder? Nah, don't sweat it. It's just... No, don't sweat. It's just... I'm trying to have a chill day, and y'all are making me think about my responsibilities. Well, with great power... Don't you two have a statue to crap on? Oh, it's funny because that's the Spider-Man line. Hot wings coming in hot. Yo, Sif. Clear this up. Is Asgard flat? Or is there a possibility it's spherical? A round homeworld? You've been studying the wrong conspiracy scrolls, Volstagg. Whoa, that's so woke. It's always looked flat to me. She can fly. She's probably right. But Sif, what if it's the angle you look at it from? It might look round from higher up. Okay, this is going into wholly unexpected territory. Fool, I can fly. How would a spherical Asgard even work? Is Volstagg a round realmer now? Thor! Look what the bilge snipe dragged in. Was this written by somebody in the 1800s? Bilge snipe? A naval term for those who work permanently below decks. Okay, so that occasionally they speak in New York ghetto slang, as decided by a white guy, and then they speak in Asgardian medieval speak, like bilge snipe. Huh? What adventures can we get into today, my warriors three? See, now he's speaking like an Asgardian, as he should. Like, why make Thor speak like a racist stereotype? I don't have time for adventure. Today is your big day. Also, these faces. Oh no, I said no more art teacher, but these two faces. These expressions. Look at how lazy. This is so shit. What is that face? He didn't have eyebrows. Some panels, no eyebrows. Other panels, eyebrows. You know, all over the place. It can't be my big day, because if today is my big day, then every day after today is decided for me. Was this written by... Also, why does this feel like it's literally like baby's first comic book? It's your big day today, Thor. It's my big day. Oh no, I'm nervous about the big day. Oh no, what will we hoodlums get up to? Uncle Loki. I didn't see or hear you come in. High fives. Wouldn't be much of a god of mischief if I couldn't prowl my way into a room. That's what's up. That's what's up. You little bilge snipe, what is the matter? That's what's up, bro. Why? The whiplash. What would you say about going on a quick little field trip for tonight's festivities? How quick? Quicker than a Valkyrie to anger. Word! Let's bounce. The whiplash? What the fuck? It's just like every now and then, let's do a casual racism and draw some really shitty artwork. He legit showed up in 3 gold chains. That's not part of his suit. He legit showed up in 3 gold chains. That moment when you're trying to draw someone's mouth and accidentally give them like the most demonic lips ever, / mustache / fuck knows, the artist can't draw for shit. Look how different he looks from panel to panel. This is not acceptable. Consistency is meant to be key. Consistence key. Word, let's bounce. Is that really a good idea? T? Thor, look what the bilge snipe brought back. Is that a good idea, T? says the same character a moment later. I'm lightning fast, pun very much intended. Oh, why did he write that? Uncle, we're not going to miss the Jubilee, right? Fret not, Thor, for when my brother sees your glorious gift, his good eyes gonna pop out. I heard that. Are you forgetting something? Oh no, they're on the Rainbow Bridge and it's got graffiti all over it somehow. Why? Oh yeah? Are you forgetting something? Oh yeah? Must have been under some laundry or something. And now he's like, his face is drugged off his fucking gourd. Also, his mouth has changed from being like not that wide, fairly an average width with pursed lips, to suddenly being the entire width of his face. And then, but then the weird, terrible, I can't draw lips there again. I'm just, all of the anatomy is fucked. Oh my god, it's all bad. I can't, no. I need to not actually focus on the artwork, it's bad for me, but the graffiti on the hammer! It wasn't just for the front cover. Thor's hammer, Mjolnir, actually has graffiti. Yes. Yes. Well, so if his fucking wrist guards changed? They were hard cloth with belt buckles. The belt buckles have since been seen... Like, why are the buckles... Are the buckles... The buckles on the underside... Like, you know when you wear a glove or a gauntlet, yeah? If you've got your arm one way or the other, you're going to see the fastening. You're going to see the buckles, right? Unless you're Thor. In which case, buckles magically just disappear. Because, you know what? Buckles are hard to draw, and the artist was clearly feeling very lazy. And Odin has been turned into Big Pimpin. Because why not? I know I should be reading the terrible writing, but I just can't anymore. Let's get to some of the action. It's such average poses that have been seen all over the place. This is crap. This is dull. This is not dynamic. This is not interesting. Not a single double page spread. Not a single pop-out panel. One pop-out panel. One pop-out panel. And the pop-out is on his spittle. Which makes me think the original artist didn't think of that, and that was done afterwards by the digitizing team who did the text. Also, thought was never put in for text, which is why we just get copy pastes of sound effects text panels like that, which is just as lazy as you can get. Just to quickly explain why I have such an issue with that, I know I've shown this before, but just to, you know, if we were to look at, say, for example, the man who has everything. So let me show you what I think. I strive to achieve this sort of effect when I have done typography in my own comic illustrations, because this, in my opinion, is why bother with typography doing sound effects and stuff unless you're going to do it in an interesting manner. Mongo! How powerful is that shout? How much better than a speech bubble or a Mongo on its own is that? See how the penciler, the original artist, thought about how the lines would intersect through the typography, the entire thing, the way it stretches and shapes around the physical force of Superman's anger. Typography shouldn't be lazy. Why do lazy typography when it is just as important as every other aspect in the image? For fuck's sake. See how this punch hits him. And in the motion, all these speed lines, the impact, the... See how cool and interesting the colouring and everything there is. Every aspect of it. Thought out, essential, not lazy, not skimped on. So now you can compare the two in your head. You visually see it, right? You visually fucking see the problem I'm naming there, right? Wham, wham. Thumb. Compared to a hand-drawn and hand-inked and hand-coloured. That thwum could be... They've tried to do an effect where it looks like it's part and parcel with the lightning, right? But it fails. It's not part of the image. It's been dumped on top as an afterthought. This crack, 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 crack. That's an afterthought. These whams, afterthoughts. Pathetic. I love paneling. Is also paneling and doing speech bubbles and stuff is such an enjoyable process. I don't know if Akira was done in this manner because I know Akira's artist was obsessed with Western comics, so he also like refused to use dip pens and brush pens. I know he's like he used marker pens like DC and Marvel artists. Part of the really unique look of that as a manga. God, it's good. But I don't know how he did the typography and the I personally don't know and speech bubbles. But one way sometimes speech bubbles used to be done where like literally like on a separate page, like you'd cut out. So like before digital techniques existed, right? One of the ways that speech bubbles were done by some artists would be afterwards on a separate piece of paper, you'd cut out a physical bit of paper in the shape of the speech bubble, and that would be placed on the page with letters on it for the final scan before going to print. That was one old way of doing typography back in the day. And all of those methods, all of these mechanical methods look so much better than just plain font being dropped in the middle of a speech bubble, dropped on the page as an afterthought. And I hate it. Was it the cut and paste? It was cut and paste speech bubbles. So cool, so fucking cool. Such a long process, and it achieves such a beautifully clean, finished look that's dynamic and adds to the image. It's harder to understand the impact, isn't it? And the background, look at the background, just vague, murky colours for all of... Look at that, for a whole page where the artist didn't once think about 2 pages. Oh my god, 2 pages and there's 1 panel where he's drawn a background. And look at the background. Look how lazy that is. I'm sorry, anyone could draw that. I don't mean to sound like the arrogant artist, but literally any of you can take a pen and go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Oh, it's Rocky Mountains. Anyone can do that. Oh no. The one background across 2 entire pages, more than 8 panels, 12 panels, 1 background, lazy as shit, and all the others are just fucking smudges of colour. Hate to bring up my favourite again, but let's look at some of because the backgrounds in this were very aesthetic. They were very, this was drawn in the 80s. They were very Art Nouveau in a way. But do you see how even in these dynamic, interesting panels where there's a lot going on, and not one background is forgotten. Even in moments of combat and action and crises and close-ups on characters in the Golden Age, you did not get lazy with your backgrounds. Even in a blizzard, a snowstorm. Right, this is the closest. This is the best comparison. Right, so here we are in Troll High. This is in the Frozen Troll Kings play. This is a blizzard. They're in a blizzard right now, right? And this is how a blizzard was drawn before. Now, I'm not just being an art snob. Because there are still really good artists out there doing amazing comics, and I love raving about them. But holy shit, the fact that this comic is, one, written so poorly that it is actual racist shit, and also has artwork so ugly that it insults. It does insult people like myself who have spent years studying and creating art. And it should insult any person who reads comics and buys comics. They've paid people to do that with the money that you've given over the years. That's embarrassing. To make a racist piece of shitly drawn art. Like, why? Why? You know how I was talking about inking and the beta, how it's the job of the inker to know where to put black ink? Partly this was done back in the day. The reason why there used to be so much black ink in comics was to save the colorists some work. But also because it looks good. And it takes talent to work out light and shading on a face like that, you know? And to create these highlights and for it to look cool and interesting, aesthetic. That takes real talent and skill. Oh, here's a chest where the character, you see Mongo, he's being lit from the outside and his chest is all in black. Now you get why that other lazy artist did it, right? He was trying to achieve that aesthetic on Thor, on Black Thor. That's the aesthetic he was trying to achieve on that one panel of Black Thor. You see how it works completely differently because Mongo isn't being lit from in front of him. Mongo is being lit from behind. It actually works. I'm gonna have right. I need a bong, and we're back to just looking a bit more of this artwork, and then we're still spending more time on my special interest. I've got a whole segment ready. I was like, fuck it. Something has happened that is politically interesting, trending on Twitter, and relates to one of my key special interests. Let's fucking go. This is literally the laziest, shittest art I think I've ever seen get published. And it's insulting. Huff, huff, I just wanted a chill day. Oh. Who's that? He looks completely different in every panel. He actually looks like a different character in every panel. Hey guys, look. They drew a background. A background. Oh, backgrounds are hard. Yeah, drawing backgrounds is difficult, guys. I'm not going to bother with the background. Look, I did 2 backgrounds. Why do you want me to draw more? They tied themselves in a knot. They're like, we've drawn a busy scene. We've drawn a scene where there's lots of characters. There's hundreds of people at this event. There's thousands of people at this event. Look at all the people gathering at this event. But I don't like drawing lots of characters. So I'm just not going to draw lots of characters. Just not going to bother. As it progresses, just going to draw less and less characters every single panel. If we do have lots of characters, we're not going to draw faces on any of them. And again, I really hate drawing backgrounds, guys. Backgrounds are hard. It shows that action better if there's no background. Backgrounds, guys, they're hard. I can't take any. I can't take any. Why don't... No. What's going on with his arms trip is drawing arms is hard. Making a character muscly and drawing big muscly arms is hard. So sometimes, you know, when I draw arms, I'm actually just going to draw very strange appendages that I don't know what the fuck that is. That needs checking out. That's a tumor, mate. You draw a tumor on your main character instead of arms. That's not cool, dude. Also, whilst hands are hard, I have noticed something. The character is willing to draw a few types of hands. He likes drawing hands like that. He likes drawing hands like that. Not like that or like that, but like that. He doesn't mind that. And he likes drawing hands like that. He doesn't mind that and variations of that and that. That he doesn't mind. Anything more is a bit of a challenge. So he will draw lots of hands like that and that and that. Because if he tries anything else, he gives his character witch fingers. He gives them a tumor on their arm and witch fingers. One arm that is categorically twice the size of the other arm and witch fingers. The claw. The claw. Why don't I have sleeves? That's my favorite panel. When you design your character as a racist stereotype, and because of that, they don't have sleeves, and then you have your character comment on their lack of sleeves. And in the process, draw a panel of him going, that's beautiful. I might actually just save that. Because it kind of sums up everything wrong with the comic, as much as the terrible front cover does. Oh, we have more rap. We have more rap. Oh no, we have more rap. I mean, oh yes, we have more rap. There's more rap, guys. I get to rap again for you. Aren't you happy? I get to rap again. I feel like the why don't I have sleeves should be a meme as well. Because when you're a racist and you design a character to not wear sleeves, and then you're like, yeah, stupid character, not wearing sleeves. Buddy, like, wow. he should be wearing sleeves. If only he wasn't black, then he wouldn't be. If he wasn't black, then he'd have sleeves on. But because he's black, he doesn't have sleeves. Like, dude. How does somebody do this? I knew it wouldn't just be the first few pages. I knew it would just be throughout the comic. There'd just be more and more cringe. This is great. Continuing my debut hard gangster rap debut. When clouds collide, all they need is a shove. He brings the thunder. Best believe it, bruv. Luckily it was short. But, oh yeah. Oh yeah. And he goes super powered in his fucking aircrafts. His aircrafts trainers with the exact same hands that he's been able to draw in a clenched fist every page. Also, even when drawing a clenched fist, if he can avoid actually drawing the fingers as much as possible, he still will. And this bit of typography here actually potentially sums up my issues with the typography the most. That's the panel to compare to the Mongo panel. That just shows it in a beautiful side-by-side comparison. Wow. Everything wrong. Once upon a time it was that. Now it's that. This could have been a chance for the background to incorporate the typography in a really epic way. This could have been his moment of going, okay, exploding from out of him, right? But no, because they're shit artists. A shit comic, illustrated and inked by shit artists and written by a shit racist. And illustrated by shit racists, because I'm sorry, you have to be to illustrate this. And in the manner it's been illustrated, it's cringe. It's really painful. It's horrible. Ain't no party like an Asgard party, because an Asgard party don't quit. That well-known rap song that black people love to quote by the Spice Girls. Right, X Club? No, X Club. Was it X? What was the S Club? Ain't no party like an S Club party. Isn't that S Club 7? That's not even Spice Girls. Right, so it was originally Tupac. Okay, so it's not that this guy was a random Britpop fan. It's that it's racist.
Daddy-o.
He's having him rap a Tupac line.
We're gonna kick.
And this is probably this is definitely a racism in itself, considering the all-white band that has the token black guy that raps. Remember the token black guy did all the raps?
About to dry, like a row of grungy old socks.
To sum it up, Daddy-o, we're gonna kick your butts from here to Buck Kickingville. Oh yeah? Yeah!
Unlearning childhood racism. This is important when you never know something and ain't no party like a something party is obviously a lyric that's actually been used in music for a bit, but is the origin
strictly from my
it's true Frankenpop, true Britpop, true K-pop, Frankenpop.
Nigaz. This is Tupac.
So when as British kids we were told that black rap was about violence and dangerous things, but British people reappropriating it to make millions of pounds isn't a violence. I'm happy I've learnt this. Because Tupac was condemned by governments around the world as a violent thug. And yeah, it wasn't even an original line then, but I definitely very surprised. It might have come from like, it might be an old jazz line or something. I've been more expected to be an old blues bar. I'm expecting it to be a line from some old blues song now. It was used in like Ain't No Party Like a some fuck knows what they said, but in the original verse. But there's lots of lines like that that get historically traveled throughout history, but it is weird when Simon Cowell or Louis fucking Walsh uses it to make billions, all the money, through selling it to white teenage girls. It's funkadelic and its roots are from a psalm. Yeah, there we go. That's about as black roots as you can get, then black American roots as you can get. Ain't no party like an Asgard party, because an Asgard party don't quit. Light it up. Brup. Oh, and then we get the other black versions, the other black Miles Morales. Oh, there's going to be a 5th issue where all of the Miles Morales' what ifs, so that's Miles Morales as Captain America, Miles Morales as the Hulk, and Miles Morales as Wolverine are going to now team up with Miles Morales as Thor. And then they'll probably team up at some point with the real, they're going to team up with Miles Morales, the Spider-Man. Yes, starring Spider-Man. Yay. Why the fuck is Asgard New York? That's so dumb. Kind of cool aesthetic, but executed poorly with the worst dialogue in comic history. Asgard is his hood, Keck. Odin is wearing Tim's. Every issue that comes out, I'm more convinced they pull these stories out of a Wattpad. Would have been a nice touch to have a white Heimdall. Yep, considering Heimdall's always black, that would have been funny. Yep, that would have been cool. Amazing. I love these talentless, uninspired stories so much. Bruh, this can't be real. The design goes hard, not going to lie. Story's forgettable, though. Design goes hard, not in a good way, though. This is so offensive to blacks. Dog. Exactly. This comic is offensive to anyone with the ability to process visual information. Agreed. New York Guard. Pretty stupid. By Odin's Fade. He doesn't have hair. Exactly. They were trying too hard. This is just cringe. This wasn't it. Frost Giants with fades, please stop. So the other story is that this is right. Let's see if this person can explain why the other ones haven't blown up. The others just give Miles the powers and code name of the originals. This one straight up makes him into the original. I thought Miles was going to pick up Thor's hammer, not fuse with him. Yeah, that's what they should have done. Kind of impossible for Miles to be himself in these one-shots. This wasn't Miles. This was just fucking blaxploitation. This was cringe. This was classic 80s blaxploitation. Had they actually had Miles Morales pick up Thor's hammer, that would have been fucking interesting. No, they were too lazy and dumb to do that.